everybody, welcome to today's class on Bank Holiday Monday. Looks like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day for us to enjoy the sunshine, so getting that Pilates in nice and early, and then you can go and sunbathe. Let's get started. Good, so just do our neck stretching. So you can do this standing, seated or kneeling. We're just going to tip our head all the way over to one side. Take the hand across the head towards the ear, pulling that head a little bit closer to your shoulder and reaching the opposite arm away. Nice deep breaths. Swapping sides, tipping the head over. The arm comes across. Reach the opposite arm away. One more time on each side, tip the head over. Take the arm across, reach the arm long. Nice deep breaths. This is your last time tipping over. The hand comes across, reach the arm away. And relaxing there. So from here we're going to lay on our backs. So you're laying on your back on your mat. And you're finding a neutral position. So what you want to do is, as you're laying down, find that curve underneath your lower back. Excuse me. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, and your arms are just resting down beside you. And from here, you're taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of those hips. So staying nice and level. Imagine you have a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. Shoulders are away from the ears. Chest is nice and open. Keeping the weights evenly placed through your feet. So big toe, little toe, and heel. Just gently tighten through the tummy. Nice deep breaths. So from here, as you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under to flatten the lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding there. Releasing back out. So what we want to do is tuck under and get that nice flat back position, just holding there for a breath and releasing back out. We're trying to use just the tummy muscles and the pelvis to move, so try and avoid squeezing your bottom. So on this next one, we're holding our flat back. So tucking under to hold. Holding here, we're going to start to tighten the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're going to tighten all the way in with your pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. Tightening all the way in. Inhale to release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. And as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into your mat. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we're still keeping that relaxed position through the upper body. So your shoulders are away from the ears. The chest is nice and open. And if you are feeling tense, just turn your palms up towards the ceiling. And that should help to open you up through the chest. You're pulling your tummy all the way down. And then we're keeping that weight evenly placed through the feet. So remember, big toe, little toe, and heel. We're halving one last time, so 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. From here, I want you to lift both legs up into tabletop. So your knees will be above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. From there, we're going to go into toe taps. So one toe taps down towards the floor as you breathe out. Inhale to lift, swapping sides. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. So keeping that strong flat back position. Keep the tummy tight and use your pelvic floor. Deep breaths, relaxing those shoulders. You've got 2 more on each side. Tapping down and lift. Tap down and lift. Last one on each side, down and lift. Down and lift. From there, you're hugging your knees in towards your chest. And once you've finished taking that stretch, we'll be on our hands and knees to stretch out through the back. So bring those hands underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Get the tummy nice and tightened here. As you breathe out, we're tucking the pelvis under. So start to curve through the back. Arching the spine. We're dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out through the spine. Just start position. Let the rest of your back follow. And your head is the last thing to lift. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece. To lift the head. So what we want is lots of movement through the back. You're working into each section, piece by piece. So if you do have any areas that are feeling really stiff or sore, we're just going to slow them down. Think of moving each vertebrae one by one. So as you're curving your back, think of pulling the tummy all the way in. As we're releasing out, you're letting those shoulders come away from the ears, down the back. This is going to be our last one here. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. And we're lifting the head up. From here, we're going to take a stretch back. Reaching those arms out in front. Then we're going on to our chest opening stretch, which we always do. So laying on your side, take the knees bent, legs one on top of the other. Resting the head down, you can use a pillow if you need to. Take those arms nice and long, palm to palm. We're going to lift the top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to take a nice long stretch. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So we want to keep the legs glued together and grounded. To make sure that the twist is coming through your waist. Arm is nice and long. You're reaching from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. So you're really open through the chest as you're taking that stretch. Looking at your hands as much as you can, just to maintain a good range of movement in your neck. Let's take 2 more on this side, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Last one, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Twisting away, take the head, we hold. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. We're swapping sides. So just changing the side that you're laying. Again, head resting down. Take those arms nice and long, palm to palm. Knees are bent. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Top arm lifts. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before coming back up and over. Come down palm to palm. So remember the arm is reaching the whole time. Fingertips all the way into your armpit. Nice deep breaths. Keeping those legs glued together. Making sure the twist is through your waist. And your chest is nice and open as you're stretching. Head is looking to the hand the whole time that you move. Just to make sure that you're keeping that good range of movement on both sides of the neck. We're going to take 2 more here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Before lifting back up and over. Down palm to palm. Last one here, lifting up. Fingertips to the ceiling. Twisting away. Looking towards that hand. We hold. Before lifting back up and over, coming down palm to palm. Roll onto your back and take a nice full body stretch. You can grab a drink if you need one, but we are going to stay on our backs. So on your back, you're going to be in a neutral position. Knees bent, feet on the floor. Arms resting down beside you. So from here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift those shoulders from the floor, reach your arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. So it's your tummy muscles here that are lifting you up. You're pulling your belly button all the way down towards your spine. With your chin to chest position to try and keep that neck relaxed. So big nod of the head, then tighten the tummy to lift you. Using your pelvic floor, so keep it nice and tightened. Arms are reaching long. Get those shoulders away from the ears. Let's take 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching those arms. We hold. Control, back down. Last one here, chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control, back down. So from here, we're just going to adjust the arms very slightly. Well, kind of the upper body really. So we're going to be lifting up, holding here to add our pulses. So we're going to be pulsing up, 2, 3. We're going for 4 today. Then control back down. So chin to chest, lifting the shoulders. We pulse, 2, 3, 4. Control back down. You can use the hands behind the head for support if you need to, but make sure they're behind your head and not your neck. And again, you use that nodded position. Tighten the tummy to lift. We're still going to pulse. 2, 3, 4. Control back down. Make sure the shoulders stay away from the ears. You're still tightening in the pelvic floor. Got 2 more here. Chin to chest, lifting up. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. Control back down. Last one, chin to chest, lifting up. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. Control back down. From here, you're going to hug those knees into your chest. And then we're going to come up to kneeling or to laying if you can't kneel. Grab a drink if you need one. So if you're coming into kneeling, you're tall through your body. Get the knees quite close together. If you're laying, then you're on your front, hands on mat with apart and in line with your ears. Just rest those shoulders down and get them away from the ears. Slightly tuck your chin in towards your chest, just to stop you from flinging the head back. So from here, as you breathe in, you're going to lean back, keeping the tummy nice and tightened. Exhale to squeeze, lifting up. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze and lift. So you're thinking of the squeeze of your bottom pushing you back up, using that breath out. The tummy stays tightened the whole time. Try and keep your feet resting on the floor, but if you cramp up, just tuck those toes under. Remember, shoulders are down. Keeping that head just slightly tucked in. So you just want to make sure you're not flinging your head back. Inhale to lean. Exhale, lift. Two more here. Leaning back. And lift. Leaning back and lift. Just going to add an extra bit in, so we're going to change the arms. So you're going to bring your arms across your chest, so each hand is on the opposite shoulder, making sure that that's not lifting your shoulders up. So if you tend to hold onto your legs a little bit, which some of you might do, you won't be able to lean as far on this one. So keep it controlled. Relax those shoulders, just tuck that chin in a little bit. Gentle lean back. Squeeze to lift. Leaning back. Squeeze to lift. You're still tightening your tummy. that chin in, don't fling it back. Two more here. Last one. Relaxing now. From there, we're going to come into a shoulder stretch back, so bottom to the feet, reaching those arms out in front. Then we're going to be on our backs for the 100. If you want to grab yourself a drink, then you can. So you're going to be laying on your back on your mat. You're finding a flattened position. So try and get yourself in a flat back position on the floor. There's no gap between your spine and your mat. From here, you're going to lift your legs up into a tabletop position. So your knee is above your hip and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. If your neck is sore, leave your head resting down and looking up to the ceiling. If you're okay to lift your upper body, chin to chest, lifting the shoulders. Your arms are going to be long, palms are facing the floor. You'll be beating your arms up and down for 100 repetitions. So it'll be 5 as you breathe in and 5 as you breathe out, which I will count for you. So it'll be inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. From there, hands are behind the head. We're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards the legs. So coming up and down. Then you're going to rest your head down onto the floor. You're going to lengthen your legs as much as you can. Doesn't matter if the knee is bent, just creating the longest position that you possibly can. And from here, you're going to go into sit-ups with the legs long. So again, sitting up, those legs are long and reaching away. After that, you're going to relax, hug those knees in, and take a full body stretch. Excuse me. So I'm going to talk you through everything that we need to do, so hopefully you won't get confused. So make sure you've got that nice flat back position, tucked under into the floor. If you're lifting your upper body, chin to chest, lifting the shoulders, the arms are nice and long. Get those legs lifted, knee over the hip, shin parallel to the ceiling. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here. Take your hands behind your head. You've got sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Tummy's in. 3, 2, 1. From here, get those legs as long as you possibly can. Don't worry if there's a bend. We continue with those sit-ups for 8, 7, 6. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there. Hug those knees into your chest. Then when you're ready, take yourself into a full body stretch. From here, we're going to bring ourselves up to sitting. You can grab yourself a drink. a seated position. We're going to cross the legs, just however's comfortable. So either tightly crossed in, or just let them relax open. So it's in some kind of cross-leg position. Sitting up nice and tall through the body, the hands are in front of the chest. So we're going to do our spine twists. And we're going to keep this closed position with the arms. So you're going to feel like you're getting less twist through your body because you haven't got that extra movement, that release through the arm. So don't worry if it feels quite small. Just remember to stay tall, shoulders are down. So we twist into one side, twist, pulse and centre. Twist, pulse and centre. Breathe and centre. And centre. Centre. Think about looking over the elbow that you're moving so that you know you're taking the whole of your upper body with you. Stay tall through the body. So we know those hips are staying nice and still because you're sitting on top of them. 2 more each side. Twist, twist, centre. Twist, twist, centre. 1 more. Twist, twist, centre. Twist, twist, centre. Relaxing those arms. Good. From here, we're going to go into a nice stretch. We're going to stretch through the legs. I think we did this one a few times last week. So you're going to have one leg long in front of you. The other leg is bent and closed in. So remember, you can take that leg a little bit wider if you need to, but try and keep it quite in front of you if you can, just so that we're working the right part of the leg that we want to work. So from here, you're just going to run your hands, slide your hands rather, down your leg, as far as you can to take your stretch. I'll do this side on for you. Sliding down. And you're going to go to as far as you can down your leg. If that's quite close to your knee, that's fine. That's where you're going to hold on to. If you're quite close to your ankle or your foot, again, that's fine. If you can touch your foot, try and get your hands around the sole of your foot. So we're not reaching. This time we're going to grab, and we're looking to just drop the head and let our body sink down towards that leg. So if you do want to increase your flexibility, if you feel really tight and stiff all of the time, some of these stretches that I do would be a really good thing to do when your body is really hot. So either once you've done some other form of exercise, i.e. running, biking, aerobics, anything like that, or once you've had a really hot bath or shower, just so that your core body temperature is nice and warm. So it's not a bad thing we do them in Pilates, it's just if you want to gain more flexibility quicker, then doing them after you're warm would be more beneficial. Taking deep breaths while you're here. Good, then we're coming back up, swapping legs. The other leg comes out long, place the sole of the opposite foot onto the thigh. Again, reaching down the leg just to wherever you can, grabbing and pulling down. You're going to be less flexible on one side than the other. So this is my left side, I'm less flexible on this side than my right. Dropping down. So it's good to do the sides individually just to see where your weaknesses are. What you're hoping is, as you're taking nice deep breaths, is that every few breaths your body kind of releases a little bit, letting you drop further down. bring back up the leg. And we'll do each side one more time. So bring that original leg out long. So you can stay with this leg bent, sole of the foot into the side of the leg. If you know you are a little bit more flexible or you don't have any problems for your hips or your knees, you're going to try and bring that leg behind to some degree. So it doesn't matter if the leg isn't really far back, it doesn't have to be like that, just some way that the foot is angled behind you. If that's too much, stay with the sole of the foot to the thigh. If you can, if you're flexible enough, one leg is behind. So you're almost aiming for a right angle or further between the two legs. Doesn't matter if that's less at the moment. You're doing the same thing, just walking down the leg. Don't worry here if that means that you're less flexible because of the position of that back leg. The more you do this, the better you'll find, the more improvement you'll find. Again, dropping that head down. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg and that opening through your hip. Still taking those deep breaths. Bring yourself back up. Swapping legs. So remember, can have this foot tucked into the thigh. If you know you've got that flexibility, bring the leg behind you. Just stretching down the leg, doesn't matter if it means it's reducing the range of flexibility that you have. Just feel it down the leg, just nice and open through that hip. Holding on, dropping your head down, thinking nose to knee. Walk back up the leg. Bring both legs in front and give them a little shake out. Grab yourself a drink. And then we're going to be on our backs. So you want to be on your back with your knees bent, feet on the floor, and you're in neutral, so you've got that curve underneath your lower spine. You're going to have your arms resting down beside you, thinking shoulders are nice and relaxed. Try and keep your knees in line with your hips, so don't let the knees knock in or splay out. And you're just looking up towards the ceiling. I want you to take a nice deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, squeeze your bottom, press into your feet, and drive your hips up as high as you can. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to come back down. Squeeze and lift. Holding. Control back down. You're not rolling through the spine. I want you to squeeze. Drive straight up. Holding there. Back down. Just a squeeze of your bottom that's going to get you up nice and high. Try and keep the weight even through the feet. So big toe, little toe, and heel. The upper body should be nice and relaxed. You want to have your arms resting long and beside you. And if you are feeling really tense through the upper body, just turn your palms to the ceiling. That should make you feel really open through your chest. Get your pelvic floor tight, and especially as you're driving those hips up. Deep breaths. We're going to take 2 more here. This last one, we're going to hold that lifted position. Squeeze and lift. Holding here, so keep the squeeze in your bottom. Don't let those hips drop from where you are right now. We're going to squeeze those legs in together and release. Squeezing in and release. Keep the tummy tightened. Keep the bottom squeezed. Your hips should stay high. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. 4 more here. Squeeze in, release, squeeze, release. Last 2. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Get those hips as high as you can. From there, tuck under, rolling down through the spine. Relaxing there, take your legs long, give those legs a shake, arms reach out behind you. From there, we're going to be on our sides. If you need a drink, then grab one. So as you're laying on your mat, we're going to take the legs up nice and long. Arm is nice and long and you're resting on top of it. If this is really uncomfortable for you, then bend the elbow and support your head in your hand. From here, if you flex your feet and look down your body, you should be able to see your toes. If not, bring those feet a little bit further forwards. Place your hand on top of your hip, and that's just a check that your hips are one on top of the other. So lots of you want to sit back or sit forwards into one hip. You're going to be balancing right on top of it. To help with that, you're going to zip up underneath your waist. The hand doesn't have to stay there. You can take it down for a little bit of extra support. So we're starting off just lifting that top leg up pointed, flexing to come back down. Lifting up pointed, flexing down. So you want to work through the whole range of movement through the ankle. Don't lift any higher than hip height. Remember to take nice deep breaths. Two more here, lifting up pointed, flexing down. Point and lift, flexing down. From here, lift the same leg up, just to hip height. We're circling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting down there. We're then lifting the top leg up, pointed, just to the hip. The bottom leg joins it. Bring them down together. Lifting up, up and down. Lifting up, up and down. Don't forget to pull up in the waist. Use your tummy. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Breathe. Lift, lift and down. Last 2. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. Double lift. Coming up and down. Up and down. Breathe. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. We're coming into lifting the legs and the upper body. So remembering here that you need to press down into the arm that's resting on the floor, and that's going to help to lift your upper body. So you're going to be lifting underneath the armpit and the waist. Don't just lift the head. You're also going to be lifting both of those legs up at the same time. Ideally you want that hand on the hip, but you can keep it down for support if you need to. So we're going to be pressing down to lift up and down. Lift up and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. From there we're going to swap sides. Just laying on the other side of your mat. So again, either reaching that arm out nice and long to rest onto, or you're bending the elbow and rest your head in your hand. Legs are nice and long, and flex those feet, looking down the body to the toes. Just check those hips are one on top of the other. You've pulled up underneath your waist. Lifting that top leg up, pointed, just to hip height, flexing to come back down. Lifting, pointed, flexing down. Lifting, pointed, flexing down. Pointing as you lift, flexing down. 4 more, walk through that ankle. Nice deep breaths. 2 more, lifting up and down, lifting up and down. Lift that top leg to hip height, circling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest that leg down. Your top leg lifts up just to hip height. Bottom leg comes to meet it. They come down together. Lifting up, up and down. Up, up and down. Pull up on that waist. Lift, lift and down. Lift, lift and down. 4 more. Lifting up, up and down. Breathe. Last 2. Lifting up, up and down. Lifting up, up and down. Double lifts coming up and down. Up and down. Lift and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Up and down. Up and down. So we're going into upper body and legs. So really work under that waist. Press into your long arm to get the upper body away from the floor. Hands on the hip if you can. Legs and upper body coming up and down. Up and down. Breathe. Lift and down. Lift and down. 4 more. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relaxing there. Take a full body stretch. Roll onto your back. Good. From here on our hands and knees, grab yourself a drink. So we're going to bring those hands underneath the shoulders, knees into the hips. We're going to use the knees to just support us, so your lower body will stay resting on the floor. We're going to reach the arm long and lift, down and in. Long and lift, down and in. If you want to make this harder for yourself and you've got those weights to hand, then you can have one resting either side of you. Grab hold of it as you reach and lift, down and in. Reach and lift, down and in. So it's not necessarily about how high you're lifting here, it's just that length. Really stretch through the elbow. Tummy's nice and tightened. You're just looking down to the floor. Don't lift the head up or drop the head down where you're going to put unnecessary pressure into the neck. We're going to take 2 more on each side and add some more movement in. So reach, lift, down and in. Reach, lift, down and in. Last one each side. Reach, lift, down and in. Reach, lift, down and in. So take a little roll through those wrists if you need to. We're going to add in, so you're still going to go reach and lift, but now you're going to come out to the side, in to the back to the, sorry, lift up, come out to the side, go back to beside your ear and down. So you're just taking a little bit of a further movement through the shoulder socket. Long and lift, out, in and down. So again, if you want to make it more challenging, have your weights or your baked bean tins beside you so that you can grab hold of them as you lift and take them out. Just working those arms a little bit harder. Lift, come out, in and down. Out, in and down. So again, as you're coming out to the side, don't let the arm bend. The elbow shouldn't be relaxed. You should be stretching through that arm the whole time that you're moving. Reach, out, in and down. 2 more on each side. Long and lift. Out, in and down. Long and lift. Out, in and down. 1 more each side. Out, in and down. Long and lift. Out, in and down. Relaxing there and roll through those wrists. Just loosening up through the shoulder socket there. Good. We're going to stay on our hands and knees, but drop onto our forearms so that we can rest those wrists, tucking those toes under. So we're doing our knee lifts, but we're all going to be on our forearms. So from here, as you breathe out, you're going to pull the tummy in to lift the knees off of the floor, just an inch or so. Inhale down. Exhale to lift yourself up. Inhale down. Lifting up and down. So just looking down towards your mat. Again, don't drop the head. Don't lift the head. You're adding pressure through the neck. Try and make sure that your hands are facing forwards and your arms are parallel. So you're not letting the arms cross in or open out. You can have a fist or hands down. Let's take 4 more here, lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. 2 more. Lift up and down. Lifting up and down. Just take a shell stretch back here. Because then we're going to go on to our planks. So if you can, we're going to stay on long arms. If you're not able to stay on long arms, of course, work on your forearms, keep those wrists nice and relaxed. So I'll talk you through and then we can go together. So you can either join in with my demo or you can watch, completely up to you. So from here, just bring your hands a little bit further in front of you. You're going to step 1 foot back behind you, take the weight into the toes. The other foot's going to join it. You're going to bring yourself into a nice long plank position. What we're going to try and do is lift one hand and the opposite leg away. Just hold that for a moment if you can. As you come back down, you're still in your plank as you swap sides. Opposite hand and knee. And back down, then you can relax. So you're just going to try and lift off of both sides and then down. What I don't want is this. I want you to take your time to try and lift them away. You might have to touch the hand back down, lift up again, but just try and keep it controlled. So what we're working on is something called a Superman plank. So, stepping back those legs, coming into your plank position. You need to squeeze your bottom and pull your tummy in. From there, try and take the leg away first, then peel off the hand. Just holding that plank. When you need to, come back down. Swap sides, take the leg off first, then the arm. Put them back down, then you can relax. So if you know that you can hold one side better than the other, challenge yourself on that second side that's more difficult. If you're on your forearms, it's the same. You find that plank position. Take the leg away. When you're ready, the arm comes off. Back down. Swapping sides. And relaxing. So remember, it's opposite arm to leg. Don't start lifting the same arm and leg, you'll make it so much more difficult to balance. The tummy stays tightened. Squeeze your bottom. And remember to breathe. You shouldn't be holding your breath. You're going to feel wobbly. This is hard. I've deliberately made it hard because we're on our 10th week. Take your time, there's no rush. Just nice and controlled. You'll feel wobbly, you'll feel like your weight is in one side of your body. That doesn't matter. Just take your time. We need 2 more of these. So you come into your plank. Get that strong position. Squeeze your bottom, pull your tummy in. Leg first. Then the arm. When you're ready, come down and swap sides. And down. We want one more. Tucking under. Lift that leg and the arm. Come back down, swapping sides, leg and arm. Back down, relaxing there. Roll through those wrists. Well done. They're tough. Bring yourself into the kneeling or standing, whichever you find more comfortable. And then just take a nice big roll back of the shoulders. And forwards. Bring both of your arms out long and to the side. Lifting up. Reaching over. Come back to the centre. We're lifting up, stretching over. One more time on each side. Lifting all the way up, reaching over. Lifting up and over. And relaxing there. That's the end of class for today. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. I hope you've had a lovely weekend so far and that you've got some nice plans for your bank holiday Monday. If anybody has any questions on those stretching techniques that I mentioned in the middle, if you're feeling tight in any areas and you want to know how you can stretch them out and when and what movements to use, then you can either leave me a comment below or drop me a message and I'll try and help you out as much as I can. I'm now off to have hopefully a tasty brunch that my husband has made, so I hope you'll enjoy the sunshine and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!